welcome to my channel, and also welcome to What If Deku Had 3 of the 10 Commandments? How would this be possible? Simple. 7 deadly sins is just the past of the My Hero Academia universe, just in lost history times, beyond lost history. And, you know, magics eventually evolved, or de-evolved technically, into quirks. And practically after that, everything went down, so we all know how it's going to end up. Of course, you know, that portion of time where, you know, people had no powers at all, that is a time where humankind, their bodies haven't yet adapted or evolved to the point to have or contain magic. Or quirks, in general, so, yeah. Yeah, let's go! At a young age, Izuku Midoriya was born quirkless, as we all know. Of course, with no magic, no, not magic, but you know what I mean. With no quirks of his own, he led a very saddening life. A very saddening life, indeed. The time it had for Deku to lose his father and others would simply come to fruition in the future. Deku had his mother by his side all the time. His father left before he was born. As many things will not change, but until it hits that cursed day, everything changes. As we go now, the inevitability of a day that would only be seen as futile. A day where the true colors of Katsuki Bakugo have led them. As we all know, Bakugo Katsuki isn't the best person. He has to, more lines, keep his anger in control, or he can easily get kicked out of UA. If it wasn't for, you know, those rules, I'm pretty sure Bakugo would very lovingly take care of Deku on his own. Meaning that he would keep on bullying him, even after middle school. The way he was. All people have their breaking points. Remember, all evil was once normal until broken. As now, we have Midoriya being bullied. At the age of 5. Stop it, Kacchan. It's not right. You're acting more of a villain than a hero. Shut it, Deku! As Deku would blank out, being knocked out by Bakugo, and waking up. Friendships have changed over the years. Sadly. That is the truth. But the thing was, Deku never hated Bakugo, which was the problem. Everyone has hate inside of their hearts. If you don't have hate, then you're just not human. Of course, there are some exceptions, but I mean, yeah. As Midoriya, he never hated anyone, honestly. He didn't hate his father, he didn't hate himself. Actually, no, technically, the only thing he would hate would be himself for being quirkless. Of course, though, the day we're deemed to be a century ago. Deku is now 10. No matter how much Bakugo bullies Deku, Deku will never give up. He will never hate anyone. It was just shown that even the friendliest people can become corrupt. Even the most pure of people can become corrupt. But technically, Bakugo wasn't pure to begin with. But I mean, I guess somewhat. Innocent. Let's just say innocent, because this man. No, I can't even say innocent, because this man is a little mischievous child. I'm trying to be nice to Bakugo here, but I can't figure out the right word that. I guess he's good-hearted to extent. As with all good hearts, given too much power will corrupt them. As Bakugo, with his quirk, will be no longer the friend Izuku Midoriya once knew. The love and friendship between their bonds were broken. And in this time, they were not friends, but they played with each other like brothers. In this timeline, their bond was stronger than in canon. Much more. They may have been friends, but like some friendships, they become stronger bonds into family. As they were brothers, and as soon as Bakugo got his quirk, it all fell apart. Yes, Midoriya was still kind to Bakugo no matter what. But from others' perspective, that who are not on Bakugo's side, you would see that their friendship has shrinked dramatically. This will be pity. As we go to the past, we see betrayal and truth. So we have pity, and that's, I believe, the only one. Wait, so love. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only one. Okay, so how should I go through this? Okay, I know how to do this. Okay, but as Midoriya now, going to UA, skipping the Sludgeland accident because it does not happen. As we go to the time, as the day would occur, as the entrance exam will begin. Of course, though. Deku, in the 10 months without the power of One for All, has trained his body, rebuilt his body, breaking it down and rebuilding it again, to gain a, to become stronger than, or be more effective on the battlefield, to have his body built. So yes. As in this time, people will announce that there will be a quirkless person in UA trying to try out for a hero. Many will scoff at the idea, and others will criticize Midoriya, including a young Tenya Ida. I think it's very dangerous for you, what's her name, Midoriya? Young Midoriya, to take this exam. What if you get hurt? As others will downplay Deku over and over again. As others will downplay Deku over and over again. Midoriya would get sick of it. But he would not hate them, for this society corrupted young heroes' minds to believe that no young hero without a quirk can be a hero, or no young person without a quirk can be a hero, which representation of anyone that can practically be anyone's behind without powers. Batman. Insert Batman's name here. He's proof that you don't need a power to become a hero. Just saying. Anyways. As you know, then to examine what it starts. And Deku would be very he would have a very good strategy. After finding others or 0 pointers or 1 to 2 to 3 pointers that are already destroyed, he would use that metal or destroyed portions of the pointers to destroy each other. To make sure he gets his own points, he uses the metal from others' battles with the pointers to destroy his own points and to get his own points without hurting his own flesh by punching them. Of course, that day, as we go have a flashback. Midoriya falling and tripping, meeting a young Ochako Uraraka. As now we go back to help! And the stumps, shock waves, and the earthquakes that the 0 pointer creates. Aww. As that would have caused a relationship to a bond that will go between Ochako and Deku. Yeah. And if you know how he's gonna get the love commandment, you know what I'm about to do. I'm about to do Midoriya dirty. Sorry, my guy. But anyways, yeah. As we see the beginning of a great blossoming tree. Midoriya would have these light about him. He would have this darkness and light about him. He wouldn't know what this darkness is or what this light is. All he would understand is like, with this, he's able to help people. Or, he technically is the light, but I mean, yeah. Deku's aura has this lightness and darkness about him. A heavenly feeling and a demonic feeling about him. But it's more in a form of bloodlust than anything. As we see Midoriya trying his best to help out this Ochako Uraraka from the floor, from being crushed. Midoriya would have a slight increase in strength. As the last seconds, Deku flashes his life before his eyes. As a purple aura will cover Midoriya in a couple seconds, releasing Ochako from her ankle rock. So yes, saving Uraraka as Midoriya would faint. Have no fear, cause I am here. Pushing Ochako out the ray as Midoriya was about to get stepped on by the 0 pointer as a young All Might. The #1 hero. Saves his young Izuku Midoriya. And thanks him for his bravery to save someone with his own life. As now we go to the time of the beginning of UA. As Midoriya would open or close his door, Midoriya would, I'll say a couple months pass by now. As Midoriya and Uraraka have officially started dating. With all the villain attacks and other whatnots, they've been getting close. And Midoriya, he thinks it's, you know, a bit too early for it, but Midoriya, he truly believes that Ochako is the one for him. He kind of stops his idea, but at the same time he's like, I want to spend the rest of my life with her. As Midoriya, everyone knows Midoriya, knowing that proving them all wrong multiple times, they of all eventually get his respect. To be the first hero without a quirk. Why? Because he was able to take Bakugo on and Todoroki on at the sports festival. And won. Just saying. Or not the sports festival, sorry, not sports festival. The Heroes vs. Villains. He took down, because Todoroki and Bakugo were on a team, and it was, I believe, who can I switch out with Uraka? I say, to make it even, we need to give him a good person, so I'll say either Momo or Jiro, one of the best strategists. Or Sue, maybe. No, I'll say Sue. Yeah, I'll say Sue. Because she's able to dodge Bakugo's explosions a lot quicker than Deku. Of course, she would be reprimanding for the ice, though. But Deku would probably have some type of heat warming blanket in one of his kits on his pouch, so yeah, that wouldn't be a thing. How they would take Todoroki, I'm pretty sure Todoroki would only use his ice. So they would be trapped, but Midoriya would try to find a way into the room as Todoroki would block the room with ice. As Midoriya, having a great idea, would use Asui's tongue as a slingshot to sling themselves through the ice. Of course, having Midoriya take the full blunt of, you know, the impact of, you know, crashing into the ice. As they would blast, or more like tag team Todoroki, which eventually will win them the match. Asui herself would be surprised that, surprisingly, her teammate was very well and very, you know, good at, you know, defeating someone much stronger than he is. As now we go back to the present, as Midoriya with a wedding ring. It has been about 2 years? Why not? Oh, you know what? Nah, because I do gotta have him go to... Yeah, I'll say it's still in the first year. I'll say it's like maybe the 10th month. Either the 10th month or 12. No, I'll say it's like in the middle of the year. Yeah, I'll say it's either the middle or like somewhat of the end of the year. No, I'll say it's the mid-year because it makes sense for the mid-year from what I have planned. So, Midoriya having, you know, yeah, it'd make more sense if this was a college. So, yes, let's go to college as, you know, it's been a while. As Midoriya opens his door and sees no one. Or, not his door, but... I'll say he'd go to his dorms first. And then go to Uraka's dorms. As he would knock on his dorm, seeing no one, surprisingly. As Uraka said she would wait for him. As you know, he starts asking, hey, Kirishima, do you know where Uraka is? Due to Kirishima being on the couch and closest to, you know, the dorms. I don't know, bro. I believe I saw her go into Bakugo's room. Baku Bro's room. Try there. I think, they had, like, a study session or something. I don't really know, but it's getting pretty heated, though. Bakugo's pretty... he's having her study for the next exams pretty harshly, since I kept on hearing, you know, yelling and whatnot. And them yelling at each other, so yeah, probably. They're probably tutoring each other. So yeah, they're probably in his room, honestly. I just heard them. If not, try Uraka's room. as we would go to Bakugo's room. And notice that no one was there. But there were some books, though. There were some books on the ground. Huh. She must be in her room, then. As, you know, the boyfriend he is, he would walk up and, you know, walk to Ochako's room. Hearing very, loud noises. Of a... How do I say this in a nice way? I'm trying not to bully Bakugo in every what if, so I'm trying to be nice to him, at least in this one. Okay, so you know, I'm sorry, Bakugo, but I can't. I'm sorry, but angry. All you hear is angry Pomeranian noises with the sound of Ochako Uraraka, you know, doing things. You would say. Plot, haha. As you know, Midoriya would be confused. He's like, that doesn't sound like studying. Didn't they have their study books back in Bakugo's room? As the confused Midoriya would... He's not much of a peeker, but he would, you know, peek through the keyhole. Saying that what he saw dropped. As his jaw would drop. And sense that something that Midoriya never thought would have happened in the years happened. And with the power within him, JK, he doesn't have one for all. Yeah, I guess no, he'll have like super strength. Because I mean, if you do train your body, you like Batman, you kind of get super strength though. So I guess you can say he has super strength. But just think of like on the borders of like Jason Voorhees strength though. So that's what like Deku has. As you know, da 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 da, someone breaks through the door, like Jason Voorhees, just smashing their like just not opening the door, just smashing it like Jason the video game, just rage mode, like douche. Kachan, how could you do this to me? I thought we were something, Uraraka. As the roses in his hands would be crumpled into dust. As the anger filled. As everyone will feel a sense of bloodlust towards Uraraka's room. As all the students will, you know, try to see, hey, yo, whose bloodlust is this? Like, because I know this ain't no students. Because I say it's to the point where Aizawa feels it. And Aizawa's like all the way like on the other side. Or like in the lunchroom, so yeah. Like, he's taking a nap somewhere. Don't know where, but I'll say he's pretty far away. He even feels it. He's like, hold up. Is this a villain sec? Hold up. Yo, I must go see what my students are doing. As you know, you see Aizawa, wait, you know, in a beanbag, you know, kind of jumping very quickly to, you know, the dorms. Cause I say he, I'm pretty sure he does live in the dorms, but for reasons, he wanted peace and quiet, but a lot of it, so he kind of went to a very quiet place. So anyways, as you know, we see, you know, people surrounding a very unconscious Bakugo. Or bloodied Bakugo. And, yeah, the door's no more. This man's gonna have, like, a hatred towards doors at this point. As, you know, people are surrounding, you know, trying to get Deku off of Bakugo, but this man, like Jason Voorhees, he just smacks people just back. Like, he hit different. Like, you slumber. You get hit by Deku. He may not have one for all, but if you get hit by him, you knocked out. Like, you knocked out. Because tell me, Batman is able to one-punch people if he wanted to. Full force. And knock them out. Yeah, Deku's, like, that's Deku's point at that point. He got that strength. He's like, I won't forgive you, as you know. All the hatred that he kind of built up and, you know, never had towards Bakugo kind of, you know, formed in, like, that instance. Beating the crap and dog shit out of Bakugo. Bakugo almost being, you know, beaten to death. As you know, Aizawa, not just Aizawa, but Aizawa, who's strong? Aizawa, Sugar Rush, and Kirishima had to get, you know, Deku off Bakugo from how strong Deku was. If you're wondering how he has super strength, I mean, you think, look at Meliodas. He's part demon, and he was holding himself back. He himself can knock out someone's head off. So, yeah, if you're wondering what I'm giving Deku, he's going to be part demon and, you know, part, you know, Archangel, technically. From, you know, Esterosa's side, so, yeah. Yes, he may not be as strong as Meliodas at all in human form, but he, you know, he still has, you know, fucking flipping strength. Like, he got strength on him. You know, some of this purple energy starts forming around Deku, or at least towards Deku's eyes, as people feel this bloodlusted Izuku, as if they don't even know who he is anymore. As he proceeds to rip Kirishima off of him like a bear, or more like a teddy bear, and proceed to drag Bakugo and kind of indent his face into the wall. Yeah. Oh, did I mention the walls are steel, by the way? Yeah, in this version, the UA had Dorm's walls that were made of steel. And, you know how messed up Bakugo's face is right now, so... You know, it's not the point where All Might had to step in. Like, it's like, young Midoriya! This isn't how you are heroic! What has gotten into you, young Midoriya? As, you know, eventually, you know how other things happen. It would end up, you know, Izuku and Bakugo kind of going outside, fighting it. Deku ain't holding back, so he going for the kill shot. Like, he breaking bones. He breaking bones, like, bro. There is no, oh, Kacchan. No, this man said full-on Bakugo. Bakugo Katsuki, full name. No more Kacchan. This man beat the ever-loading shit. Like, just... Okay, so perspective. Say Rock Johnson versus a normal person who knows nothing about fighting. Yeah, he's getting the absolute dog shit beat out of him. Yeah. As we have, you know, Bakugo outside, and, you know, eventually All Might comes and, you know, holds back, you know, Deku. And Deku does start to calm down as, you know, the purples and, you know, the eyes of Izuku start to fade away. But more lines of this purple mist around Deku's eyes begin to fade away as he faints. As no one knows what happens, but eventually, you know, they do get, you know, the idea that, you know, Ochako was naked in the bed, and practically, you know, Bakugo was naked as well. You know, you get 1 + 1 = 2, so yeah. All three of them get suspended for like a week, so yeah. Except for Deku. Deku gets like suspended for like 2 weeks. Because this man was like... Okay, I'll give you a perspective, how should I say in the most simplest way? Think of Deku in the Intrigue Examine canon, how he had all his limbs broken. And then kind of have that in Bakugo's perspective. So Bakugo, all of it, the bones, everything broken. Or not everything broken, but you know what I mean. Arms, legs broken like that. Yeah, they shattered. This man was going for the kneecaps. He was going for like every vital part. So, you know, elbows flipping backwards. Just, he messed up Bakugo pretty well. Bakugo in a whole ass cast right now. Like a full body cast. So, yeah. As we go to the 2 weeks, also for reasons, for some of the people that are in UA, I would add them now in UA. Because I'll say some characters are missing from, you know, Class 1A, since, you know, to make it more interesting. Mina Ashido, I'll say maybe Invisible Girl, Rico, and a couple other heroes or students weren't in UA just yet. Or weren't at all in UA yet. Or just in general, they're not in UA. So yeah. Why? we go to the time as Deku goes around the city, kind of just getting his frustrations out. What's wrong with me? I couldn't control my I could have killed Bakugo. Could have killed Kachan. What did I do that for? It's not your fault, you know. As Deku would start to hear voices. It's not your fault, you know. You have the right to be angry. Everyone does. Especially if their best friend practically betrays them. In my opinion, I would have killed them. As a faded version of... If he's kind of... Think of the mindscape, but, you know, he's actually seeing it in real time. So, he kind of seeing, like, ghosts almost. So, who is... Esterosa. Yeah, why not? Because I believe Esterosa does kind of feel betrayed by, Meliodas, so yeah. I'll say he would be appearing. Don't worry, kid. I would have killed him if I was you. You have a lot more restraint than you should have, honestly. Realistically, the person that betrayed me, I killed them. And then they proceeded to come back. But that doesn't matter. What matters is that you didn't make things right between you and that Bakugo kid. He can't just smash a girl and just go away with it. Like, that's... No. As you know, another figure pops out. Come on, Esterosa. You know that's not how we roll. We have restraint for reasons. Without restraint, there would be no balance. Balance of what? This isn't medieval times, Meliodas. This isn't medieval times. I know, it's not, but you still have to have restraint. Remember, our times and these times are completely different. Yeah, I can agree with you. As Zeldris would appear, you know, in the shadows. As they would all talk to Deku, as Deku would be confused. Who are you? Yeah. About that, we cursed like a child, like a couple centuries ago, a couple million centuries ago, with 3 specific commandments. As you know, the child kind of, you know, through time, how should I say this precisely? You're the ancestor of that child. And ever since, the commandment has grown stronger. Eventually, so strong that we can eventually talk to you personally. Of course, from the heavens, since we're all technically dead. So, yeah. Yeah. Kind of sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. Don't worry, though. Think of us as some type of guidance quirk or something. Something that guides you in life. So, yeah, just think of us as that. Okay. Did I do anything wrong, though? As you know, Meliodas is like, no, you didn't do anything wrong. Your friend there did something wrong. Of course, though, you did go a little bit too far, but it's more of a... Also, by the way, I'm gonna use 2 versions of each character, by the way. Meaning that I'm gonna use the good versions and bad versions. Meaning that I'm gonna use, you know, the leader of the 10 Commandments, Meliodas, and, you know, the present Meliodas we know. And then I'm gonna use the Archangel Esterosa and, you know, or technically Archangel Mal, and then, you know, he became a demon and then became Esterosa, as you all know. And then, you know, Zeldris would also come, and then, you know, someone else would also come. I agree! As you know, Galland would appear. Of course, you're a little bit too weak, though, if you ask me. Don't know what's wrong with humans. Don't know why they can't just take a life and be done with it. Anyways, all we're here is to kind of give you back your abilities. As you know, they kind of vanish after kind of explaining certain things to Deku. Or kind of go back to heaven. Or whatever they came from, so yeah. As we now see the Deku confusion waking up and so confused. What time is it? Oh, I'm gonna be late for class. I just finally got out of suspension. I gotta hurry. I'm gonna get late for class. As Deku starts running the class. As Midoriya's running class, he notices a lot of weird faces. People start to frown upon him as Deku has no idea what's happening. As Midoriya would, you know, eventually in the front gates would, you know, be, you know, stopped by, you know, there'd be like about all heroes, like the top like 5, 10, 20 heroes there. Like just heroes in general, there'd be heroes there with All Might, Aizawa, Vlad King, and like all of Class 1A. We're disappointed in you and young Midoriya. We're very disappointed. What you mean? Arrest him for the murder. Wait, who am I gonna kill off? Who should I kill off? You know what? I can probably kill off the user one for all. Being Mirio, why not? Because I don't really use Mirio in my iOS. So for the murder of Mirio, you shall go to prison. Deku's like, who? I don't know what you're talking about. As you know, they have found, you know, the League of Villains have found, you know, the successor, which is Mirio. Mirio would have died in his slumber by a very quick person who kind of used the blood of, you know, a very green-headed boy to, from the entrance exam. Oh, no, it would have been the day. Yeah, from the entrance exam. Having about decent amount of the blood. And, yeah. You all know that what's gonna happen. He kind of got framed, so yeah, going to prison. Now we go to Tartarus! Deku confused. He's like, whoa, hold up. As you know, the goodwill that Deku is, he confused. Like, they haven't explained. All they did was, like, just arrest him and they kind of sent him to Tartarus. They didn't give him any explanation. I'm so confused. As you know, eventually people do come and see him. He's like, you really don't remember what you did? You killed Mirio. As you know. As you know, Deku, I'll say Deku was off when, you know, the class, you know, all Class 1A was going versus Mirio. Deku was on an off day, I guess. I'll say he was sick. So, yeah. So, he didn't get to meet Mirio. As you know, in the cameras, just showed Midoriya killing Mirio by snapping his neck and, you know, stabbing him in his head. Or more like stabbing his, you know, stabbing his torso and then kind of ripping him up like a fish. Gutting him like a fish. So, yeah. This being a very young Himiko Toga. Having some of Deku's blood, as we all would have a saddened Deku in a jail cell. I don't know what happened. What do you mean? I killed Mirio. Who's Mirio? As you know, Toga would have also, you know, instead of, you know, Deku being there, Deku was sick. As you know, Toga took Midoriya's place and, you know, fighting Mirio. And so everyone would think, stop lying. What? Where were you at this blank? Well, didn't you meet Mirio? I was like, who Mirio and, huh? Midoriya being confused out of his mind, like, first, who Mirio? Second, why am I locked up? Third, I'm scared. Fourth, kill who now? Why would I kill someone I don't know? That'd be, what? That makes no sense. Aizawa, come on, you have to believe me, Aizawa, come on, you have everyone. Haven't you seen any differences? Like, of course, I was being framed by some type of copying ability quirk or some type of shape-shifting quirk. Come on, Aizawa. Sorry, Midoriya, but the DNA we found was yours. What? Midoriya being, like, confused, like, oh, being terrified at the same time. Midoriya would be saddened by this. And he would be left alone for about 5 years. You know what? Nah. You know, I have a perfect idea. As in the prison, Deku's first day, or technically the first 3 years of, you know, Deku's time. Deku has lost all hope for heroes. Gaining and seeing the prime versions of all the hosts he has. He sees the evil Meliodas, or Commandment Captain Meliodas. He sees, you know, Estarossa, Zeldris, and, you know, the commandments, practically, the OG commandments, practically. Or at least 3, 4, 5, 4, technically. So, yeah. I guess we don't have to anything to teach you anymore. I mean, truth, you found the truth that, you know, corruption is very easily in the hero society. Love from being betrayed by your friend. Pity for never really hating him before. Man, you were dealt a bad hand, but now you have all these abilities and you can't even use them. I'm not sure about that. Galland, what did you say about a human life was taken in too harshly? You said it was easy, correct, Galland? How they can't just kill a person and be done with it. I agree. For once in my life. You should be able to kill someone and have no emotion towards them. For a life, you should be able to kill a villain right then and there without any wrongings, without any consequences. As over the time, Midoriya has grown a couple inches and has gained white hair. As Deku at this time would go through a demonic archangel-like transformation, as the picture you see in the background. I see. Pathetic. As Galen asks, what are you gonna do now? Vengeance will be obtained, either now or in the future, but it will be obtained by either me or someone else. But for now, I must stay here until I live out my sentence. Yes, I do see somewhat of fairness within the public. But to make sure, they only gave me a 5-year times. So, all I have to do is wait, take the time, and never look at anyone again. My own mother at my court case didn't believe me. Having all the evidence. As we go to a young Mina Ashido. How is she in prison and not in UA? Well, let me give you a story. Mina at a very young age would be outcasted by her family and forced to steal from others. And by accident, she kind of killed someone by kind of throwing them off the rooftop and then kind of melting them with her quirk. Ask if a quirk malfunction almost. you know, when her quirk, you know, manifested, she didn't really have people to teach her how to, you know, use it. So, you know, that, you know, toxicity meter of, you know, deadliness wasn't really, you know, trained in her. So, kind of jumped to the border to, you know, instant kill with acid. So, the person, it was out of self-defense and, you know, corruption. You're not allowed to kill people in general in My Hero, apparently. So, yeah, practically she killed someone like 5 feet from the ground with using her quirk, or like a 10 feet building. You know, she was, you know, reminding her own business, for listening to music. You know, some goons, you know, I guess not 1 degree. I guess that'd be 1, 2, 3. That'd be like about 4 dudes trying to, you know, do stuff to her. She killed them all by kind of using her quirk. Her quirk was more, when she killed them all, it was more of like a wave, a water wave. So picking them up from the ground and kind of pushing them off of the building, while also, you know, disintegrating them by the acid. And she would be completely innocent, just self-defense practically. It's legitly self-defense. I mean, yeah. Yeah, still in killing the person, but I mean, technically killing them out of self-defense, so. And meanwhile, they were criminals. They were criminals on the news. And they still arrested her for murder. So, I mean, as you know, our young Mina Ashido, back in the prison. A young Mina Ashido, crying. I shouldn't be here. I said I was sorry. I didn't mean to do it. As you know, there are, you know, a couple, you know, people, you know, walking up to her and, you know, drop the soap joke, so yeah. Or at least, you know, they're in the lunchroom, you know, she's in a corner crying. As you know, a couple prisoners do try to, you know, hey, you want to go back to my cell? And, you know, a couple of them do try to force, you know, a group of them do try to force, you know, Mina Ashido up and, you know, kind of force them into, you know, some type of cell. As you know, Deku's like, I see, you pathetic humans. Superior. Of course, though. As he walks up to them, hey, what are you doing, small fry? As this will be a muscular talking. What are you doing, small fry? Tay, you want to get some too? That was all there was in this time. Was a simple slash. Muscular was cut in half. Yeah, cut in half. Get out of my way, pathetic mortal. As he proceeds to kill everyone that, you know, tries or, you know, is in a line of the plan of, you know, trying to bang Mina, practically. Hello, child. Are you okay? Yes, who are you? Are you gonna hurt me? Don't worry. There will be no such thing of hurting. I only want to help you. As Midoriya would reach out his hand, as the young Mina Ashido would flinch. But before she grabs his hand, remember, he's still a demon, so he gonna do some sketchy shit. So yeah. For one, I need an army. Will you become my knight? Or become one of my guardians, many guardians? If you do, I would have control over everything you do. But I would let you do anything you want. In the future that I am creating, people will have to use their quirks daily. Have the choice to. A quirk society that is able to use their quirks without having license or being a hero. Forcing children to become heroes. Like children soldiers. Do not worry though, I will not abuse my power over you. I would treat you as if you're one of my own. You will also be protected by me, and I will guide you. As with a regretting smile, the young Miniashido would cry and say yes. Do not worry, as he would pet her hair. We have many things to do, but for now, all of these deaths would have to be sending me to the hole. Or the desert box, sandbox. I'll see you in about 3 days. As 3 days pass, a young Mina Ashido, scared, seeing a Izuku Midoriya unchanged by his defaults. We have many works to do, but first I must help you train. You must be completely honest with me. You must hate no one, and must always pity a person instead of hating them. You must always tell the truth, and in a fight you should never turn your back against your opponent. Not matter if you're on your last death words, on your deathbed. Why is he doing this? It's precisely so she cannot activate the commandments while Deku... Because remember, Deku's commandments are active, and he can use them on whoever he wants. If you hate anyone, or you have hate in your heart, or towards Deku, you can't attack. You tell a lie towards Deku, you turn to stone. And if you practically turn your back on Deku, you practically become a slave, practically. Which Deku wants to train her, just in case, he's in her presence, or she's in his presence, to make sure, that the commandments don't accidentally activate. As now we go to a 2-year time skip. Mina Ashido and Izuku Midoriya out of prison. Midoriya was given, a 5-year, prison, as Mina Ashido was given a 2-year, sentence. Now, I'm free. You will all know my pain. Come on, Mina Ashido. Come on, Ashido. We have things to do. I have to visit some people. As Midoriya would full on look like an archangel with like a demon, as you see on the back with the golden eyes and everything. And Mina would have like a war-esque personality. Kind of like a loyal guard or something, like a loyal knight. Think of the, what was it? Was it the sword hero from Redo Hero? Nah. I don't know. It was I don't know. Just think of her as like a loyal guard or something to Deku. Now, my anger, yes, it may be restrained, but I do not hate anyone. If anything, I am angry at myself. Of course, though, from what they've done to me, UA will fall, either one way or another, as I will eat the ashes, leaving nothing behind. Nothing but dust in the air. But for now, my existence of being aware, people know that Izuku Midoriya has finally been out of prison. But what they don't know is the appearance. So for my new name will be Mal, the Demon King. I'm tired of this unfair society. I'm tired of always leaving up where others have packed on. I want to create my own story. I don't go to my destiny. I write my own destiny. And for now, we have to visit a very leech-like individual.